Is that Mr. Editor Man himself? Oh boy, this will be fun. Alright, let's just get into it. What's good seeing this? Hey guys. Oh, we don't need that. How's it going? So, why does it look out of focus? Today is the unveiling of Gaming Pickup 7. This project has been a long time in the works. I'm just going to stop this alarm before it starts beeping at me or something. Yeah, the window opens. Apparently we're supposed to have thunderstorms today though, so I might have to attend to that if it starts to do that. But don't worry, I got all my snacks planned. We got mod pizza, we got water, we got pina colada, and a whole thing of homemade banana bread. So we are ready for this stream. Well, yeah, this is going to be similar to the Gaming Pickups 6 video or stream. So I did go to bed. I slept from like 5 to noon or so. But yeah, this is gonna be pretty much the same as the last one. I don't want to like interrupt the video really all that much, so I'm just going to have the video full screen. My mic will be muted, my camera won't be on screen, and I'll just be hanging out in chat answering any questions people have. This one is not like as over the top, spent 2 years cutting out every if and but or whatever like the Gaming Pickup 6, but it's still actually quite a bit shorter than Gaming Pickup 6, so this one will be fun. Oh yeah, this is the Yankee Macintosh. Oh, it's one of my favorite types of it's one of my favorite candles. It's very good. But yeah, and last time I didn't have chat on screen, so there wasn't really any record of any discussion that happened during it. So this time I'm still going to leave this little chat window up here just so that there's something happened there. The top left corner doesn't really get used for a ton. It's just kind of the PS3 and Retron 5 box or something. So yeah, let's get into it. So yeah, as a reminder, that's another one, the Midnight Jasmine candle that's in the corner there. That's a good candle too. But yeah, for this footage is actually from August 2nd of 2019. So this is like 2 days after I got home from Con Bravo last time I was there. So there's a lot of me talking about Con Bravo as if it just happened, but it's been a while, and there's a few collaborators from Gaming Pickup 6 that like sent in footage that carry over to this, but this Gaming Pickups is not actually that focused on games themselves. It's actually focused on a lot of game-related stuff, so it'll be fun, and yeah, let me mute my mic and let's get into this. Hey guys, welcome to my 2:53 a.m. recording. I am but a fool. So this is part 2 of Gaming Pickups part 6. I have previously gone over all of the changes and kind of new criteria in part 1 of this, which probably came out, what, a week ago? Maybe even a few days. I don't know how quickly I'm releasing these videos in succession. But the previous one was pretty much all of the games in the Gaming Pickups, but there's a little bit more to Gaming Pickups than just games. I believe there's actually more Gaming Pickups relating to gaming that aren't specifically games this time around than there are Gaming Pickups that are games. So this video definitely won't be short on content. There's just kind of less to talk about with most items because it's like, ooh, look, it's a thing. Whereas last time I could actually give details on the game itself. But there's a lot to get into, and it's about time we get to it. First off, plushies. This was the #1 voted topic to start with in the Discord server. And so I did not get a whole ton of these. I'd like to do more with plushies in the future, but the first one I got was an official like running Kirby plushie from a vendor at Con Bravo. For once I'm trying to turn on autofocus, so maybe I can actually get it to work. There, kind of. Yay! But I just thought this one was super charming. It's really well made, and I really like Kirby. They had a sleeping Kirby that I wanted, but he didn't have the sleeping cap on, so it felt like something was off. So I didn't end up getting that one. but I'm still really happy with this one, and I got it at a pretty good price, I think, at least. And the only other plushie I got was, this one's a bit crazy, but basically, there was one booth I found at Con Bravo, and they had 3 giant plushes. And one of those was a Boo, one of those was a Bullet Bill, and both of those are ones that I already have. I already have a Bullet Bill here and a Boo here, but this was a much larger one. The third thing they have was something I didn't have yet, though. And so I have a giant red shell now, and I thought it was perfect because I have people over all the time, and all anyone does is, like, mess around with each other and goof around. And what better thing for throwing around at each other like idiots than a red shell that is soft and squishy. It's literally canonically designed to be thrown at people that bother you, so it seems like a win-win for me. But I really like this one. It's pretty much just a full-on pillow, and it's really well made. Next category is shirts, which I really don't buy shirts all that much. This is probably one of my first videos where I'm not even wearing a gaming shirt because I just got off work, and this is the shirt I wear at work. So that's why I have this on. But I did get a few this time around. The first one was earlier this year. If anybody knows Cat Icarus, he changed the format on his show, and he was discontinuing the Slaughter Salvage shirts. So I managed to pick one up before they were fully discontinued. And I just really like the style, and I've been a big fan of his channel for many, many years. And it's really cool to get one of the shirts that represents so much of the time I've spent watching the channel. The next one that I got is someone that way fewer of you would know, but Ro Panaganti is a friend of mine who does like progressive metal covers and stuff like that, and mostly works in the video game music communities. He's like an admin in the Pixel Mixers community, stuff like that. And he recently made his own shirts, and I got the one in purple, and they've also got his logo on the back. But I thought it was a pretty funny idea for a shirt because his first name is Ro, just R-O, and he's got a pretty cool looking logo. So this also matches my Insane in the Rain music shirt, because I believe they're both from Teespring, or is it Teespring? It doesn't say on the tag. So it's like the same purple. So it's really cool to have that. And lastly for shirts, if anybody's heard of TKO in the Jackbox Party Pack 3? Maybe 4? I don't know which one we were playing, but you can buy a shirt if you put things together in it, but I've never really cared to do that until something came up. So we had one where a picture I drew and a quote that I made, somebody else put together into a shirt, and it ended up being the top shirt of our game, and I couldn't not get it. It's a really poorly drawn D20, but considering that you had to draw it on like a tiny phone screen with your pointer finger in like 30 seconds, I think it turned out great. And since it's a Nat 1, it says Endless Pain. I just find that to be a very funny one, so I got it. It just seemed like something goofy to get. Ooh. Now we're on to one of my favorite categories. Those were the two very small categories. Everything from this point onwards is going to have like 20 things. Next up is posters and 2D artwork. So there's, like, I don't know if you noticed, I like to, oh well, that's actually like the one wall in my room that doesn't work. But I like to hang posters and stuff, and it's pretty much the entire room other than like this one little corner, which still has like a picture up here. So there's posters all over my room. I don't really have room for any more, but I'm moving out in the next few months, so I'll find more room and have to reshuffle them all anyway. So while I was at Con Bravo, I found some very cool artwork, and also a few others that I've gotten in the time earlier in this year. So one that I got from Con Bravo is, I got this really cool Okami print. It's Amaterasu and, is Isun on there somewhere? Wait, there's no Isun? No! I actually got 2 of these. There was and all of the ones from Con Bravo, I had the actual artist sign sometimes next to their already existing digital one, but it's so cool. I really like this one. I got 2 of them, and since at Con Bravo my roommate was Rabbid Luigi, and his birthday was pretty much near the end of the convention, I gave him one as a birthday present. So I had another Amaterasu one, but he has that one somewhere, and you might see it in his videos. It's a horizontal one with kind of a canvas print layout on it. Another one I got from that same artist was, I believe it's pronounced Sith. I just really like the backstory and the art direction of this character from Dark Souls. Although, admittedly, I haven't played a ton of Dark Souls myself, because I didn't get that far. I still got through like 3 bosses or something, and I've seen the game played to completion like 3 different times. But I always really liked the aesthetic of this boss, and it's just a coincidence it's 2 wolves in a row, I guess. But I really liked the aesthetic of this one, because I didn't really have anything to represent the Dark Souls games in my setup yet, and I thought that that was also kind of like a big tonal shift to a lot of things I have, so that was a really cool thing to add. And then there was one vendor that had some amazing Pokemon prints. They had to have at least had like 50 to 80 different prints on display, and that wasn't even like the beginning of their collection, or of the projects they'd worked on. But admittedly, I've never been a huge Pokemon fan. I've always thought like kind of the world was cool, but I always kind of felt like every game I played was the only, or every style of Pokemon game I played, I felt like that was the only one I really needed to play in that style. Like, okay, I played Gold. Why do I need to play a Hoenn game now? Why do I... And then I tried Gen 4 and I was like, okay, they changed some stuff, but it feels samey enough that I didn't really care. So I've just been playing like once every like 3 generations with Pokemon, and I've never been that attached to most things, but my favorite Pokemon game of all time is one that I found about a year or 2 ago, which was Pokken Tournament DX, and they had a print for my favorite character in that game, which is Blaziken, who it's like that one fighting game I actually consistently beat other people at. And I try to do that in a lot of fighting games. It doesn't succeed, but they had a really cool Blaziken one. And like, admittedly, this is probably one of the ones where like it was the least impressive artwork, which is saying a lot about that artist, because they went all out on some of their stuff, but they had some really good deals on all of their prints. So it was like buy one for like $15, and then like $5, and then like another $10 to get 2 more or something. So I kind of had to get more. So I just picked 2 more that I really like the aesthetic, whether or not I care much about the actual Pokemon. And I loved this Kyogre print. Also, if you look in Rabbid Luigi's videos, he might have one of these up, because me and him were at the vendor at the same time, and we both got this same print. Although, I think I'm the only one that got the artist to sign it. I just really like the idea of this one, because it's got like the different aesthetic of the surface area, and it shows kind of like the creepiness of it going underwater. I really like that one. And then one that was just too charming and cute to pass up was Mew. I don't know, Mew's a really cute Pokemon. There's a reason that people like Mew. And I thought that the aesthetic of this one was really cool, because normally it's like seen as kind of like a very fantasy style Pokemon that's like kind of not in the real world or something, but this is just showing it in like a cool, happy, fun setting. And also whatever that thing is called, Pokemon is hiding out there. I never remember, the ones that stick on to the ray Pokemon, or the manta ray, I don't know what it's called. I'm not good at Pokemon. I just thought the artwork was amazing, and I like it enough. Some other ones I got is, earlier this year we played Scalar on stream, and that ended up being a really fun game. So me and Josh actually had Steven, it's over here, I'll get a better picture up here somewhere. But we got the world map or the level map, I guess, also the world map, for Scalar, and we kind of got it with like a special frame and got that printed out at a pretty high resolution because we actually found someone who had gone into the raw files of the game to get the map out, and we're really happy with that. So me and Josh each have one of those. And another one that we had something similar with was, oh, which direction do I have to turn to make it on screen? This Legend of Dragoon one here, me and John each wanted one, because we're both big fans of the game. So we got 2 printouts of that Legend of Dragoon one, which is one that took us quite a while to find. The HD renders for Dragoon are not as easy to find as you'd think, which is kind of weird. Like, they're easy to find, but you can't actually find them at high resolution often, which is weird. But we found one that worked, and we had 2 of them, and I can't seem to get it on there. But that one, I'll get a close-up somewhere. That was a really cool one. It's really nice to have something to represent the game in here. And there was actually 2 pieces of art that I got that don't reference anything that I'm familiar with. There was one artist that just had such cool artwork that I just wanted them. Apparently he makes his own webcomic with, like, based on a nuclear fallout, basically. I don't know much about it, but his artwork was really, really cool, so I picked up 2 of his prints just because I liked his art style so much. So there's this one, which is like some guy in a winter coat with this weird robot thing. Can I get focus? And it's just got like this crazy landscape machine thing with like this vanishing point. And this guy, he had a lot of art. He's made so many things. He's got like 4 whole novels or something, or comic books that are like that thick or whatever, just filled with artwork. And there's like some cohesive plot to it, I guess. So I'm very interested in seeing what exactly it is, because his artwork's amazing. And the other one I got from him was this, which Josh actually said it looks like something out of a Xenoblade Chronicles game, which I find kind of funny, but I like it because it's got this really cool, like, what would you call it? Like this weird architecture, but it's kind of like overgrown and has a cool waterfall. Then there's kind of like this wasteland on the side and just some characters there. I really like these 2 prints. They're really cool. There was a third one I was looking at, but his prints were quite a bit pricier than most of the other ones. And there was another one with like a boat in like the sunset, but it was like it had like toppled over. It looked like basically if the sea where the Titanic had sunk dried up, and then it was like covered in snow. And a few other things is some of my friends in the music community and video game community are actually streamers, and I'm in their streams quite often. And I ended up being, sometime in the last few weeks, I ended up being the first person ever to get the 1-year sub badge, because they got that about a year ago, and I think I got it like in the first week that they were able to receive subs on their channel. And we met up at Con Bravo again this year. We didn't talk too much last year in 2018, but we met up again this year, and they gave me like a pin or a magnet with their logo on it, which what's the point of having autofocus on if it doesn't do anything? There we go. So that's just a magnet, and I thought that was really cool. It was very charming for them to come up and like say, "Hey, we have gifts for you," and then they gave me a sticker of their Steve emote, which is basically their raid emote, and then they both signed it, and they made like a little thing for each of their cats. So if you understand the channel, this is a really cool and charming thing to get, but if you don't, I can see it being just kind of a thing. So when I ordered the Legend of Dragoon and the Scalar prints from Steven, he said that something special was going to be in the package, which I don't really know what that means, because last time I ordered something from him and he said something special was going to be in the package, he gave me this Samus print for free. But this time, how do I put it? Let's just say during my streams and stuff, I have a rabbit named Bunky, where, I just grab him for a moment. So Bunky, who sometimes hangs out in streams, he usually goes around and does funny stuff, but he's a bit tired right now. But he's kind of a large focus of stuff we do on the Twitch streams, and he's kind of the comic relief of the channel to some extent. Steven finds him quite a bit more amusing than most people do, and so he made this weird nightmare collage thing. He's also made fan art of Bunky, which is these two things. He says it's Bunky with a Kawaii Bunky and Dapper Bloke Bunky, I think he called him. And it's just this mishmash of like every like form of Bunky artwork he could find, and a few like kind of weird ones that he just photoshopped into little like blocks. Or which direction is it? So it's an interesting thing that he put together. I don't really know what to do with it. Like I'd hang it, but it would just make people concerned. I think I just don't know. And he made like this weird like gladiator text for his name. It's really cool and charming and exciting to have, but it kind of scares me. But thank you again, Steven. I think that was his goal, because we've talked about it, and he said yes, that's the plan. I have also this year been working with an artist named Bonus Josh, and we've been getting some emotes on the Twitch streams and in the Discord server and stuff, and they're based on Bunky. So the first of those is the Bunky Wave, which is just kind of like a hello or love or happy or something. It's one that a lot of us really like. There's also an expanded version, which has some weird discoloring that I haven't ever bothered to figure out, because I don't really use this in many things. Also have a Bunky facepalm emote. The thing is, I wanted something for the streams that was kind of like a goofy, like, oh, disappointed or upset or confused, or just something went wrong in general. But the thing is, I never really get mad in any of my streams, so I didn't want like a rage emote, because it wouldn't really seem that fitting. So I kind of went with the facepalm one. And then we also had a few different ideas for how the red lines would be shaped, and I still sided with kind of the more striped one, because it was just kind of an open-ended facepalm and not just rage or anger. For people who ever wondered why I don't have that little like plus sign kind of squiggle, and why I have like the 3 lines, it's because I don't want it to just be rage. I want it to be kind of an open-ended use. And we even made a little sign of it that sometimes gets used in streams, because we always have a group around. So Chris likes to hold on to this and just I don't know, like hit one of us with it, or just hold it up to the camera. It's just kind of an ongoing joke. They're very fun to have those. There's also another one that we might be looking to turning into an emote. I'm only allowed 3 emotes on Twitch right now, so I don't know for sure if it's the right one, but Josh came up with this kind of like laughing one that's still in the sketch phase, and I really like it. It's just kind of a creepy, evil laugh. Still looking at what our 3rd emote for the streams could be, but this is about as close to we have as a start on the 3rd one. And lastly, for 2D art, there's this like plaque or mural kind of thing over here that I made that's just the and sign from Dungeons & Dragons. I've made about 5 of these now, and I've given one to Chris, and then Connor, our DM, Parker, who's one of our party members, I think Ezra has one, and then I have this one. They all have them in different colors. I let them kind of choose whatever color they wanted for the front, for the actual like logo, and for the back panel of it. And mine, I tried something a little different. I did it on like a foam board, so it's actually like fully 3D, which you'll have a close-up picture somewhere. But the thing is, that ended up being way harder to do the 3D one, so I only am making one of those. I'll see if I can find pictures of some of the other ones, but I didn't really take pictures of most of them, I don't think, so it's pretty much just going to be the one back here. But I did make several others. I also have the materials to make more. I just haven't done that yet, because I don't think I really had a place for them, and I don't think I had anyone else who was that interested in having them. But they were really fun little projects. This category. We're gonna rush through this one, because this is a category that no one cares about. Starting maybe later last year, one of our local game stores has been starting to stock up on kind of game manuals and like maybe folded up posters and ads and stuff. And so I've been kind of looking through that a little bit every now and then, and I found a few things that are pretty interesting to me. So One thing I got was an ad for the Sega Game Gear, which I believe it's like a full fold-out poster. So it's just got ads for all kinds of games on it, and then on the backside it's got a Batman game for it. I thought it was really cool to get like an official ad from the 90s, and then on here it also has like all these like accessory kits you can get, so I thought that was a really neat little thing. I also picked up a manual for the NES Zapper, or actually there's a few manuals in here. So I picked up a few manuals just because like either I have the hardware or it's just kind of a cool thing to have, because these were all like I think they're 25 cents or 5 for $1, so super easy to just get a few of them. So I got the official manual for the NES Zapper. I thought that was a cool find. The manual for the original DS, because I never actually had that model. I started with the DS Lite. The instruction manual for the Game Gear, because a lot of these I feel like are things that might not be as easy to come across. And a manual for the PlayStation 2, which I didn't actually have that yet. It might be helpful at some point. Lastly, I got a bunch of just manuals for games. Like, for the Master Chief Collection, I don't actually have most of the games on their own. I don't have Halo 1 or 2, and I found the manual for Halo 2, so now I have a manual for the game. Same for Sonic 2. I had the game and the box. I didn't have a manual for it. Now I have the manual for it. And for Scalar as well, except the manual was for, I think, like the PC version, or it doesn't say on here. What version is this for? This is the PS2 manual, and I have the Xbox version of the game, but it translates over for the most part. Then there was also a few manuals for Ninja Gaiden, Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, and Pac-Man World 2. I picked up the manuals, then came home and found out I already had the manuals. I was under the impression I didn't, but I ended up having duplicates of them now. I did also find the manual for Gran Turismo 2, which I have that game only as a disc. I don't actually have a case for it even. And then this one, so I've showed this off in the last gaming pickups, or maybe 2 ago. I got this free copy of Toy Story 2 on N64, which is actually supposed to be a pretty solid 3D platformer collectathon for the generation. It's supposed to be like one of the best ones that people don't really know about. And I found a manual for, and in this game you play as Buzz Lightyear the entire time. So I found a manual for Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, and I just kind of hoped it was the same game, and I looked it up, and it's not, because it advertises the correct game on the back. So, oops, I guess I have a manual for a different game, but that's cool. And then lastly, these are the same thing, it's just like different sides of it. But this is basically when the PlayStation 2 was coming out, and also the actual PS1, not the PSX. And it's just kind of like an advertisement brochure of sorts that advertises all kinds of like platforms or games or products you can get for them. And he was actually just giving these away because he had so many. So I thought those were really cool to get. And the last one was there's a Sega Genesis advertisement that I got over there. It's on my door, so I'll just throw a picture up. But it's a really cool one. It's just kind of like the Game Gear one. It advertises a lot of games. I forget which one it is, but there's of all of like the games pictured, all of them have a screenshot from the game. But I think it's like a Looney Tunes or something. But there's one where it's like literally just a picture from a cartoon and not the game at all. And me and my friends always thought that was a really funny thing with that one. But I have that up there in between the posters that came with the NES Classic and the SNES Classic. So one thing I haven't said yet is this list is set up in order of how much they interest me, starting from least to most. So now we're getting into the stuff that I get much more excited about. Although some of them aren't as flashy, they're more about practical use. This is controllers and controller accessories that I picked up. Either just cool things for controlling games or additional accessories. So the first one I got was, I got an extension cable for the Sega Dreamcast, which these are really nice to have. It's an officially licensed one as well, so because I have the CRT over here and the couch over here, and so the main controller will reach, but it's kind of a tight reach. I'd rather just have it kind of like laying across the floor and not really be straining anything, so having the extension cables is a really big benefit to that. I also picked up another NES Zapper because the local game store has so many of them and they're like $1 each, and I just wanted another one because I already have one right here and I have a gray one. Oh, it's just on a shelf over there doing nothing, I guess, until I find a place for it. But I have another one. I thought it'd be cool either to make some kind of display where these two are matching, or maybe have a display with both of them. I don't know. I just figured I'd grab another one because they're so cheap. One thing I found while I was at Con Bravo is something that I think is a really cool thing to have that I didn't really think about, because I thought that a solution like this would be far more expensive, but I got an adapter that pretty much just, it's not like a rechargeable, but it basically just means that I can play my Game Boy Advance non-SP basically just through wall power, because it has kind of its own thing that goes into the back, and it pretty much replicates what AA batteries in the system would be like. Which, for normal gameplay, this isn't going to matter too much, but I was planning on playing a lot using, I have a cable that connects my Game Boy Advance to a GameCube controller port, and so if I'm using the Game Boy player, I can use my Game Boy Advance as the controller. The thing is, if I do that, even though there's no screen display happening on the Game Boy Advance, it's draining battery power, and I'd rather just have a second cable coming out of the system than have to worry about draining AA batteries in the controller. So this is a really nice thing to have, because then I can just use the Game Boy Advance as my controller for playing games with the Game Boy player, and also not have to worry about the batteries dying on it. Even though, because it's a wired controller that has batteries, that has a battery life, which is really weird to me, but this fixes that problem by just adding another wire. I don't know if you guys have heard of the brand 8-Bit Dough, which they have very cheap looking packaging and advertising on their stuff, but their products are great, so I still really recommend them, and I tried out a few of them. One of them being in a wireless adapter, which just kind of looks like bricks from Mario. And what this does is you plug this into one of the USB ports on your Switch, and then you hit the sync button there, and then you put your PlayStation 4 controller into pairing mode, and it pretty much pairs instantly, and the Switch just recognizes it as a Pro controller. There's no input latency, or it's not any different from the input latency on a Pro controller, and so you just have a PlayStation 4 controller that works as a Switch Pro controller. And so it still has like all of the different buttons, so like it even has like the share, home, screenshot. It even has gyro control. It tries to emulate the HD Rumble to some extent. So it pretty much does everything you'd really need it to be. So if you'd have a PlayStation 4 controller sitting around and you're considering getting another Pro controller for your Switch or something, just get like the $20 adapter and it works just fine. The only thing to look out for with this one is if you put the Switch into sleep mode, you do have to repair it from scratch. But that's normally not too big of an issue, and also you wouldn't be able to use it in handheld mode because it requires a USB-A port. So there's that, but it works pretty well, and we've messed around with it a lot. I'd also recommend making sure it's on one of the USB ports on the side. I've tried it with the USB port on the back of the dock, and sometimes it has connection issues, but it's really not that bad. We were still playing from like 30 feet away from the console anyway, so it was probably that. The other one is the G-Bros adapter, which is this little block that's like, I guess, barely big enough to hold, what, 2 AA batteries? And what this is it basically makes your Switch think that a GameCube controller or the Wii Classic controller. So you can just take a GameCube controller like this, just a first-party one, plug it into this, and then pair it with either your Switch or your PC, because there's a switch between the two, and it just recognizes it as a Bluetooth controller, and it works just fine, like just how you'd expect it to. And then it has additional buttons on here to make up for the ones it doesn't have. So like, there are 2 triggers, but there's only 1 bumper on the GameCube. So one of these acts as that. There's like the home screen and something else. I haven't messed with it a whole ton. I pretty much only mess with it in Smash, and in that I don't really care about what the other inputs are. And then on the other end, you have the same port that's on the bottom of a Wii remote. So you can actually take something like the Wii Classic Controller Pro and use that. And it will use that as a wireless controller. What I like about this is there's the GameCube adapters that people use for like the Switch to get GameCube controllers working on Smash Ultimate and stuff. And the thing is, that runs off 2 USB ports. One of them is just for Rumble, but you still need a USB port like this. This one's wireless, so you can actually use this in handheld mode on the Switch as well. And what I like about that is by using the adapter for the GameCube controller, you have a solid option for something like Mario Kart or Smash or something like that. But what I also really like is controllers like the Wii Classic controller, or even like the NES and SNES Classic controllers, which both have those same ports on them. They can all be plugged in to the base of this thing and used as wireless controllers on your Switch. So if you want like really solid D-pads, which the first-party Switch doesn't really have options, but these 3 controllers all have really nice D-pads on them if you want some options for that. And 8BitDo also does make their own thing that's kind of like a wireless version of this that has 2 analog sticks here. So that might also be another one to look at. I haven't bothered with it because this pretty much covers it for me. Another thing I got is I got a new stand for my VR headset. I hadn't really had a very great stand before this. I had like a foam one that I had to mount down, but I got like a really nice solid piece that just holds the headsets on it, and now that's just a new thing I can set down on a desk, and it doesn't move anywhere, and it has a good center of balance. And it also, since it's pretty much flat all over it, it's a really easy thing to just place on it and then just have it good to go. So I don't really need to worry about anything going wrong or keeping my $400 headset in precarious situations, because this thing doesn't budge at all, and it's a very solid piece. So it's really nice to go out of my way to get a much nicer headset stand, because I was looking at all kinds of $10 options, and this was like a $30 option, and I ended up really thinking that it's worth it in the end, because I thought that would be way too expensive for what it was. It really does make it worth it, because it's just dense material the entire way through, so it's not budging, and it's really nice to have a solid stand for that. I got 2 more first-party GameCube controllers. The local game store has started stocking them a little bit more, mostly due to me peer pressuring him, probably, because he always had like a giant drawer full of them, but they weren't available to the public because he was holding on to them in case he got a GameCube console in that didn't have a controller, and then he could have a controller that's the same color as the console. So he just tries to have one of each color instead of all GameCube controllers he has go into the collection. So he was able to sell me a few of them, and it's nice to have a few more GameCube controllers, because I really like the GameCube, and now I've got a few GameCube consoles, a ton of GameCube games, and I'm having people over using 4 or maybe even like 8 GameCube controllers at a time, all the time. So it's really nice to have more GameCube controllers, like the official Nintendo branded one from like the GameCube era. So really nice to have those in the collection, so that it's a bit more reliable on there, which now I think I have like 8 or 9 GameCube controllers, which no regrets on that, because they're just going to keep getting harder to find and harder to find in good condition. So I just want to make sure I can get all I can before they're just impossible to find. I feel a bit tired for some reason. And that contradicts a lot of it. Well, Now we know whatever I say has no meaning. So, like I said, Gaming Pickups 6 Part 1 actually only has most of the games that I picked up. A few of them have additional accessories, and so I figured they fit better into this video than the last one, because some of them, the accessory is far more interesting than the game itself. And so, first off, I got Mario Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix, which came with the pad as well, and it's the official one for the game. We've tested this out, and it works. I've been interested in trying this for a while. It just seemed like a goofy concept. I have almost no experience with DDR, but I was quite interested in trying this out, and now I have it. The only problem is, pretty much the entire game features a two-player mode. But it's a picture of the two-player mode, but I only have one dance pad with the game. But I found out that getting more dance pads is actually pretty cheap. People are pretty much just throwing them away as long as you pay shipping. So I have another one coming in the mail sometime in the next week or so, and then we'll be able to do two-player madness for Mario DDR. This one actually, quite a few games based on an accessory I got is I got an Xbox 360 Kinect, which I can't say that there's really any reason for getting this that I'm taking seriously, but there's too many funny opportunities and goofy things to mess around with this thing for me to just say no to it when it's like 10 bucks. So I picked this up, and I know you can also use this as an adapter for VR. So like I can set it up for like full body tracking and like the Oculus Rift for like, I don't know, VR chat and probably something else. I don't care too much about that, but it has its own proprietary port on the end. It looks like a normal USB, unless it focuses, I guess. Weird, like, proprietary one that has connection pins on both sides that are not symmetrical. So I got this adapter that should let me use it on PC as a PC controller. And so maybe I'll figure out something with that. But the main reason that I picked it up is because I want to force my friends upon some Kinect games, which I've gotten a few of them so far. And unfortunately, the one local game store I have that has a large selection of these doesn't really have like any Kinect games under 40 bucks. And considering I'm pretty much getting all of these for like I don't know, half an hour of goofing around and not taking anything seriously, a bit of a hard sell on that. But hopefully I'll get a few more so that we can mess around with them. But it came with Kinect Adventures, which is the main game for Kinect. I picked up Kinect Sports because it was like $2, and Kinectimals because it was $2. And those are ones that we might goof around with. The main Kinect game we have right now that I'm interested in trying out is Rabbids Invasion, and it just seems like a crazy party game, and we'll see what happens if you try to play it. But yeah, we are going to try to set up the Kinect at some point and just see how horrible and how laughably bad we can make our experience with it. And so now we have the opportunity to do that. I'm probably more excited than anyone else about that. And I don't care about the quality control at all. I just want to goof around and make fun of how stupid something is. And if it works well, then that's just going to be a fun game to play. And I'm up for that. Definitely didn't belong in the last video, even though it is a game pickup, technically, not a gaming-related pickup. But I got Super Scope 6, and I don't care at all. And because it came with the Super Scope, which is something I've wanted for a very long time, and that's why there's been this empty spot on the wall for like the whole video so far and the previous videos, because that's where this usually goes. I've wanted a Super Scope for pretty much as soon as I found out what it was in Smash 64, and it's just such a cool, dumb thing, just like a little prop. It's like getting a Power Glove or a Rob. It's just one of those really cool Nintendo collectibles to obtain, and it just makes a really cool wall piece. And I also have a sensor thing so that I can connect it to a TV if I want to. I don't actually have a working SNES anymore because mine was basically the Retron 5, and that thing sucks. Never get a Retron system, because every experience I've had with one, or every experience I've talked to somebody about, has been awful, and they apparently have no customer support. I'm talking about things other than what's relevant. But basically, I don't really have a way to play the game, but I think the Super Scope is really cool, and I got it at a pretty solid price from a friend who was just getting rid of it. So I heard some of you like the more interesting types of games, and I have something special for you. I found Mario Paint, which I haven't known a ton on. I've seen bits and pieces, mostly of the music software, but I have a friend, Danny Music, who has recommended it to basically anyone and everyone who will listen, and I've been interested in checking it out. It's particularly weird and notable because it has a mouse for the SNES. It's got like its own like plastic mouse pad thing, so I'm interested in seeing what this turns out to be like. We'll get to it eventually. It's going to be a wild ride.
Try not to make this part look cringy, Harrison. I'm sorry, I'm just bad at everything.
Hi, I'm Danny Music. The reason why I put a small Mario Paint arrangement at the end of each of my videos is because the composer feature of Mario Paint was what seriously got me into music. I first discovered Mario Paint Composer in 2008, watching videos of video game music covers made in the program by H.C. Bailey, Tom Bob Blender, and others, and I thought, hey, that's cool, I'd like to give that a try. This led to me making my own Mario Paint arrangements of video game music, which led to original compositions in Mario Paint, which led to studying music and writing for real instruments, and now I'm going for my doctorate in composition. So thanks Mario Paint for being a huge influence on my life.
We are on to my favorite category of the entire video. This is the weapons. This is where most of the expensive things from this category are in, because if you've seen, I collect a few weapons. I have like the Master Sword, the Monado, the Keyblade, the Energy Sword. There's like a Smash Ball, there's some Undertale dagger thing, there's another Master Sword, there's a giant katana, this vertical thing there, and there's just an entire wall over here next to the couch that's just full of knives and swords, because I used to collect them and I thought they were cool. I still think they're cool, it takes a lot more to impress me now with them, because they take up valuable space, and I don't do a lot with them, other than just look at them. But sometimes they're just so cool I can't say no, and that happened a lot this past 7 months since Gaming Pickups 5. So let's get into it. To start, there was a vendor that I met at the very end of Con Bravo that was selling keychains, and they had really cool ones. So a few of them were weapon themed, and so one I got was this Devil May Cry sword. Ezra and Connor both knew what the character's name was. I don't really know for sure, because the thing is, we're starting Devil May Cry soon. I haven't already started it, so it's just like this keychain thing, and it's just solid metal for the entire thing. And they did have one more that I really liked. And these things were way cheaper than I ever expected them to be, too. But they also had the Leviathan axe from God of War 2019, which this is one that I think looks really cool. I really like this one. I mean, you can kind of tell. I'll get a better picture of it somewhere. But those are the two tiny weapons I got, which are still really well made, and they're both just like solid pieces of metal. So, very cool for that. Kind of like my one Master Sword pencil opener, or card opener, which I don't know if this was in the last Gaming Pickups, right? Probably. I'll find out. If it's not, I'll throw a picture on screen. And then, one more keychain style one that had its own like special box. You thought I'd just go for the Leviathan axe, but no. They had a really cool Blade of Chaos as well, which I haven't even taken this out of the plastic yet. Where's the seal? The paintwork is a little weird on some parts of it, but it's a Blade of Chaos! And I think this one's really cool. I like this one a lot. It was much more expensive than the other two, and for the quality difference, I'm not sure if it was worth it, but it's a really cool thing to have. I just don't know if I can put 3 metal keychain things on, especially considering there's more to come with that. Then, Now on to real weapons. Those are just metal weapons that are tiny and replicas, but what if we got ones that are actually weapons? Altair's dagger from Assassin's Creed, which it's not the greatest built one, but it looks really solid, and all of the metal is actually metal. It's just kind of got a more cheap plastic for some of the other things, and this is like almost a weird like barbed wire. But I just got it because it was a lot cheaper than I ever expected it to really be, and it's a really solid one. Also, for all the blades I show after this point, they have the potential to become real weapons, but they're not actually sharpened like this one. Like, it's a very wide blade. Like, it's a solid like 2 millimeters thick, so it would be really difficult to sharpen that if I wanted to do anything with it, but it makes for a really cool just like prop piece, and it looks really nice too. And then one of my coworkers also gave me something quite interesting. He had just an actual sword sitting around, and the handle, I don't know what the handle's in reference to, but it's a pretty solid handle. The blade, however, it's literally just the Buster Sword. So it's kind of like the Buster Sword, sort of, but the handle's different. It's got some weird stains and scratches on the tip on this one side, which I can't seem to get out, but it makes for a really solid blade. It's very heavy, though. It's very front heavy. It's tiring on the wrist to hold this one, but it's a nice one, and it's all metal. These are all real ones. Oh no. These last 3 weapons... Yeah, I spoiled it. There's 3 left, and these 3 are absurd. So another one that the same friend who gave me the Buster Sword lookalike, he had this... Where can I even move the chair? He had this massive war spear thing that I think is almost as tall as me. I think it is nearly as tall as me, but it's just this giant like war spear, and it's actually really well balanced, and it has a very comfortable hold to it, and it just looks so cool. It's got kind of like this spike and all kinds of engraving on it. I really like the texture and material on the handles. It also unscrews at this middle part, kind of like a what do you call them, a billiards cue, I guess. And so it kind of turns it into 2 separate ones, although that makes this front one a little front heavy. But a lot of things that I like about it are the artwork and engraving on it is really cool at the front end, which I'll probably have to get better pictures of it afterwards. But yes, still real metal, but not particularly sharp. Except for at the point, which even that isn't that bad. I don't know. Really cool pickup, especially considering it was just given to me for free because they felt like they didn't have the space for it. These are the most, or at least one of these 2 things, is the most expensive thing that I got at Con Bravo. So, the second to last is I got Geralt's dagger from The Witcher 3, and this one is a much higher production value than the Altair one, because the sheath is actually real leather, and it's made with a much stronger type of metal. I don't believe it's entirely accurate to his dagger in the game. It's a bit more based on the silver sword with the hilt. But this one is a lot more in line with something that could be sharpened if I need it to be, or if I wanted it to be. And the handle quality and grip is much nicer. They also have the Witcher logo in the hilt on both sides. So this one is one that I am very happy with, and it's a very, very high quality replica. Probably one of the highest quality replicas I have in my collection. And then the most exciting thing probably in all of Gaming Pickup 6 Part 1 and 2 is this. I got Geralt's Silver Sword from Witcher 3. And This is like the officially licensed one that like only one blacksmith company even makes right now. And so it's got like the actual design on there. They also had the silver sword there at Con Bravo, or the steel sword, and I compared the two, and I just found the silver sword to be far more unique, and so I went with that one because it had more interesting things with the lore, like it's specifically for killing monsters that have like certain resistances to natural materials, and it just kind of had a more cool design and unique one with the hilt here, and it's such nice quality. This is a really premium blade. It's got like actual like wrapped cord all around it, and it's like hand engraved on the end piece here, and it's got a solid shoulder strap. All of this, even the strap, is real leather, and it's got this really cool design on the blade where it's kind of got these grids or grooves that go all the way down. It's so cool, and it also goes over the shoulder, but unfortunately I don't have the flexibility to have it over my shoulder and also be able to draw it, but I can kind of show what it looks like over the shoulder. Probably not a good thing to do in my work outfit. What if my manager sees? It looks kind of like that. There's probably better ways to wear it, but I haven't spent too much time because I know it's far more upright in the game, but like I just can't pull it out of this because my arm doesn't reach that far, and people have tried to do that with my Master Sword as well, but that one is even shorter and people still couldn't do it. So this was a really nice pickup. It's a fully realized sword, also definitely thin enough at points where I could probably sharpen it if I wanted to, and it's also got really nice balance to it and really cool engraving. So this is my favorite thing that I picked up in all of gaming pickups. Probably, it's for sure my favorite thing that I picked up in all of gaming pickups that isn't a game, but I think it's probably still my favorite thing I picked up in all of gaming pickup 6. Because that thing is so awesome. I love it. And now, what else can I say in this video that can overdo that? Next category. Games Other. Wow! I'm clever with naming things. First on that is my Con Bravo pass. Which, I mean, there's not much to it, but I got a pass for Con Bravo. It came with this crappy little lanyard thing that I hate. And I replaced it with the brand new Breath of the Wild one, which is like an official one from the Breath of the Wild reveal at E3. And I've never been a huge collector of lanyards. I had this crazy Super Mario Bros. One, but I gave that away to Will as a birthday present, and so now I have a Breath of the Wild one that I like the art direction on it a lot more. So another thing I got was apparently someone in my family bought cereal that came with Pokemon cards. I've never collected Pokemon cards ever, but now I have 3 of them because a cereal giveaway. So I have like a Pikachu, Ghastly, and Bellsprout. So if anybody wants Pokemon cards, I got some. I'll just throw them on the shelf for now, but I don't know what to do with them. I don't collect Pokemon cards at all. But I guess it's cool to have at least like one of them. Because Pikachu's fun. I like Pikachu. And I remember Ghastly and Bellsprout. Yeah, I remember them. That's about it. I also got super cheap at a local game store because they had a collector who gave up on quite a few things. So they had an officially licensed Kirby Right Back at You figure. I believe this is probably like a Happy Meal toy or something for some corporation in like maybe the 90s or whenever the show aired, probably early 2000s. It definitely looks like a cheap product, but I guess it's officially licensed, and it also is on wheels and has a keychain hookup, so I don't know, it's a cool little thing to have. I like it. It's just a neat little Kirby figure. I like the pose, because like I wish they still had Happy Kirby though, because in America every picture of Kirby he's mad, and it's so dumb. Why do they have to make him mad? Throw up the comparison image. Another dumb thing I got is these were 25 cents, And I just thought that the packaging was so charming. I'm not going to actually use the contents of it, but the packaging was very charming. And so I got Pac-Man Band-Aids, or adhesive bandages, because that's a brand. Band-Aid is a brand name, I guess. I just thought the packaging on them was really cute and charming, and I like that. So I just kind of have that as a goofy little display piece, but nobody really knows that they're adhesive bandages until I point it out or they look closely. But mostly it's just like a cool little Pac-Man thing. I wonder what... Does it have a date on it? Well, I mean, I can't imagine these are a very recent thing. I mean, they could be, but... They seem like an older product because of some of the just general wear on the cardboard. But it still has most of its contents, I think. Yeah, it's supposed to have, what, 10 Band-Aids? Yeah, there's all 10. So it still has all of them. Cool. So if I decide to be an idiot and I'm broken, we have Band-Aids on demand because they're just going to be sitting on the shelf over there. The last keychain thing I got, at least I think it is, at the same panel that had some of the Leviathan Axe and Devil May Cry sword, they had something that I really liked. So they had this kind of like a dog tag type badge from The Last of Us that has the Firefly logo on it, and I really, really like The Last of Us. It's one of my favorite games. It's probably in my top 20 games. I really liked the game, and I just think that having the Firefly logo on like a little charm like that is really cool, because it's a really well-made product as well. So it's really cool to have. And then the local game store also had this for $1. I don't really know what to do with it, but it was really cool. So this is an official lunchbox tin that is Diddy Kong Racing, Mario Kart 64, and Super Mario 64 all at once. I'm pretty sure it's officially licensed because it has like Nintendo Seal of Approval stuff and the Rareware and N64 logos on it. And it's just like a simple little metal lunchbox. But apparently this is a really hard to get collector's item that doesn't show up often. I had somebody in my Discord server who was trying to buy it off me, and I was like looking it up. I found like one listing for something similar but not exactly the same that was like $90 on eBay, and that was like all I could find of it, so it might just be a really rare collector's item that I don't know about, but I found it for $1. I thought it looked cool, and I'm just gonna leave it on my shelf because of that. This, I don't know if this would have fit in 2D art, but there was another vendor at Con Bravo who was making these little display figures. So I got the Hollow Knight, and he's on like a little display mount, and it's just a magnet for the mount. Oop. There we go. But it's not as cool as just having him upright and be the artwork, but also his hollowed self, or whatever the official term for it is. I haven't played Hollow Knight, but I have been present for most of Doug Perry's playthrough, and I'm really interested in playing it sometime soon. But don't rely on the magnet for turning and twisting. But basically, it has both sides of the character, so I can just kind of choose which one I want to have up. And also, I just really like the artwork, and it's really solidly made, even though it's made with like cheaper materials. He found a way to make it in a very professional way, and I really appreciate that because these are really nice. And then lastly, for this category, things that are actually on my backpack, which I'll probably get closer up pictures of. But I have a few pins that I've picked up. So I got the Samus's ship pin. And then that and this are from the same place, which I'll probably link somewhere below or put on screen. But it's a really solid pin. It's actually got kind of like a texture across all of the black lines on it. And it's solid metal. And it's got really, really vibrant colors, so I really like that. And I've been looking for just kind of a cool Metroid pin, and I've never really found any I liked until this one. And I really, really like this pin, so super cool to have that. And I'm pretty sure it's based on the Prime 2 or Prime Hunters version of the ship, which I'm pretty sure those are supposed to be basically the same model. And that was one of my favorite models of most of the things Metroid, was that those two games. And then they also had these Banjo-Kazooie pins, which this is how I first found out about these guys, because Grant Kirkhope was retweeting these pins. And apparently they were like a limited supply, so they had 4 versions. They had a music note, a Jiggy, a red feather, and a gold feather. And I think they made like 50 or 100 of each, and they were pretty much sold out right away. And I managed to get the music note and the Jiggy, but I no longer have the Jiggy, because at Con Bravo, I met up with Gabe Ocarina 96, and we'd been talking for a while, and I gave him the Jiggy one, because he's probably a bigger Banjo-Kazooie fan than I ever could be. And so it was really cool to have that. So now he has the Jiggy one, and there's also a copy of Final Fantasy VIII that I had, but I no longer have it because I gave it to him. Apparently it's not a very easy game to come across in Canada, but I know where to get 5 or 6 different copies around here that are pretty cheap, so I picked up a copy for him.
Hello again, and it would seem that I'm back to talk about Final Fantasy VIII, which I have not played actually. This was given to me by Levi at Con Bravo, and I'm super excited to play this one because I started with Final Fantasy X not so long ago, then I played 7, then 9. The logic is not there for the order, but I don't care, I'm having a good time here. But now I'm really looking forward to playing this one because Final Fantasy VIII has some of my favorite tracks in the series, and I'm looking forward to hearing them in game. And also the story seems super cool, so I this is going to be a good time. I'm sure of it.
So, I heard you guys like the Wii Balance Board. You know what my favorite game for the Wii Balance Board is? BAM! This one. This is the greatest game on the Wii Balance Board. You know why? Because you do stuff. Basically, the Punch-Out series has always been very fascinating to me because of what it offered to, or what it did to revolutionize gaming for a lot of people. Not necessarily in what it did as a video game, but what it did to branch into other media and connect people that were not really involved in video games to get them to check out video games and see what they do and don't like about it, but at least get it on their radar, because boxing and stuff was a huge thing back when the first Punch-Out came out in arcades and NES and all that. And a bit after that, they ended up getting an SNES sequel, and didn't hear anything on the 64, nothing on the GameCube, and we finally got another game on the Wii. Still nothing since then, but at the very least, this is the newest one in the series, and I've been meaning to check it out for a long time because the games look really fun. It's just like the over-the-top, stereotype-filled, just crazy, wacky, cartoony version of the boxing from Wii Sports, basically. And these games have always looked really fun to me, and I've been meaning to check them out. So, yeah, I'm excited to get the chance to try it. And I didn't even find this out until after I got it, but it works with the Wii Balance Board. You can use it to like lean left and right and dodge and stuff, so super excited to give that a go.
This is gonna be fun. I'm excited to try this.
Punch-Out for the Wii, as you can guess, is a remake of Punch-Out for NES. But in my opinion, it's actually kind of better. I mean, it plays a little better, and there's 2 different control options, as you can guess. Being on the Wii, you can use the Wii Remote and Nunchuck and like punch it like you do on Wii Sports Boxing, or you can use it the Wii Remote sideways like an NES controller. And like there's one new fighter in it. I don't really want to spoil anything. And there's the new fighter, and the rest of the people you take on are just opponents that you took on in Punch-Out on NES and Super Punch-Out on SNES. And no, Mike Tyson's not in it.
So then, the last thing for just gaming other is... Actually, this might be better than the sword. Well, no. I don't know. This is something I'm very, very excited about. I'm just too tired in the middle of recording to get super excited about anything. But basically... where did I put it? Alright, so, story time with Levi. My favorite games of all time are Metroid Prime 1 and Metroid Prime 2. And I borrowed both of these off of my friend Connor years and years ago, and I really, really liked them a lot. So much so, and I had borrowed 3 off him, but it didn't hit quite the same mark for me as the first 2 games. Then I ended up picking up my own copy of the trilogy, which, prior to it being released on the Wii U as a $20 download, this was not an easy game to find, and it was quite expensive. It was like a $70 or $80 game. It might still be, I don't know. And I was super happy to get this, because now I have 2 of my 3 favorite games of all time on one disc. The thing is, there's 2 versions of the Metroid Prime trilogy. And these games mean a whole lot to me, because so much so that even after borrowing them off Connor, getting the trilogy edition, and then going back and purchasing all 3 of them in their original format again, even though I had the trilogy version, because I do like the GameCube release on those, although I do prefer Corruption in this version, because they do add a few things and just minor tweaks and stuff like that. But the one version other than this is there's a version of the Metroid Prime trilogy that it has a steel case with extra like engraved artwork on the front and back, and it has an art manual and concept art on the inside as well. And I've wanted that steelbook for so long. It's one of the collectibles that I've probably been searching after for the longest time, and I'd mostly kind of given up on it because I just didn't have the budget until more recently. And I just saved the eBay search results on it. So typically that, like, what's the average price on it right now? I think the average price for that steelbook now is between like $200 and $350 or so. It is very, very sought after, and it would be like one of my favorite things to add to the collection, but it is just so expensive, and it doesn't show up in the wild. Even my trips to Con Bravo, local conventions around here that I've stopped at, which actually there's only one of those, and that was a long time ago. I don't think I even looked for games, so don't count that. That doesn't matter. And just local game stores, I've never seen it physically, and even online, it shows up a lot, but it's just super, super expensive. And so I saved the eBay search result, and basically anytime something gets added into that, I'll get notified. I never got notified of that stuff, like, ever, and I've been in that bookmark for like 3 or 4 years. But something a few days ago, I got a notification on my phone, like, new item added in search result for Metroid Prime Trilogy Steelbook. And I was like, oh, okay, what do you mean by this? Like, and then I wanted to see what the listing was. Computer, stop it. And like I said, you don't find this thing for under $200. You just don't. Not really nowadays, I don't think you do. Somebody just threw it up there. They're like, okay, I don't even want to bother with a bid. Buy it now. It's an older Wii game. The Steelbook's probably not worth much. $25, $5 shipping. So I just, I reviewed the description quickly, everything checked out, returns were accepted, and I got it! So, that's on the way in the mail, and considering how much time is probably between me recording this and me actually editing and uploading this, I probably have time to throw a picture up here. I'm finally going to be adding one of the things I've wanted the most for the longest time to the collection, because somebody had no idea what the value of the thing they were selling was. And I'm super excited. Oh, I'm starting to yawn. It's hard being excited at 4:33 a.m. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be recording at this hour, but whatever. There's so many exciting things to talk about, and there's still 2 more categories after this. But yeah, super excited to add that to the collection, and that's going to be so much fun to just make a display out of like 5 Metroid Prime Trilogy games that there are physicals of. And I'm just super excited to be able to do that. And just that art book. I really want that art book because the concept art for the Metroid Prime trilogy is amazing. And so, super excited to add that to the collection. And second to last category, we're on to music. And so, there's a few music CDs and stuff that I have gotten, or things from the video game music community, which is a community that I try to play a somewhat big role in. I generally am more of a footage getter and maybe working on collaborations, communicating with people. I know a lot of them as friends. I don't necessarily do any music production of my own, but it's really cool because I've gotten a few things in this past several months. So, Gametal, or Johnny Atma, it's also Game Metal, I think, he sent me a copy of his Dreamland Invasion album, which I believe is his first physical album, and it's a bunch of Kirby music, and he has some very fun, upbeat tones, and even, like, signed it and said thanks to Levi. And I'm pretty sure this was, like, a free copy, just because I, like, contributed footage to his, a few videos of his, but I think this one was for Hydro City Zone Act 2, and I still had to go in there and throw in a tip or something in Patreon, but it was super fun to get that just out of nowhere, and it was even, like, signed by him, so that was really cool. Another one is I got Snowtopia, which is made by several friends of mine in the community. The game Brass, which is a newer group that started maybe a year and a half ago or something, but they didn't really get noticed by anyone until, like, maybe October or November last year. And this is an album that they came out with of winter-themed music in December, and they didn't sell too many of these, I don't think, and it'd be really cool if you guys could go support them a little bit, because the music in this is really great. They've got some really solid themes, and it also came with, like, a sticker for their band, and it has all kinds of cool little references, like Banjo-Kazooie notes and stuff. But also, while I was at Con Bravo, I met one of the musicians who was in it, Danny, and I got him to sign it, and hopefully one day I'll be able to get Alex and Robbie and all the others in there as well. So it'll be really cool if I can fill some of this up, because it's a really cool and charming album to have. I also have the Eightfold Road, which is one by Family Jewels, or Jules Conroy, and this is one that I got, like, day one and when it became available physically, and then I ran into them again this year at Con Bravo and got Jules and Adriana to sign it as well. The only other ones who are in it that haven't signed it, I believe, are Carlos Eni and there's one more. Is Sab in this one? Oh, Dan is in this one. Or Dan De Simone, the 8-Bit Brigadier. Oh, Jake and Sab are in it as well, so there's a few more musicians to get in it, but Jules was the main one behind all of it, and Adriana was part of at least one or two tracks in there, so that's a really solid album. I really like the Octopath Traveler music. And this one I haven't gotten anything signed on it yet, but this is already one of my favorite pieces of music that I own. This is Omega, a tribute to Xenogears, and it's actually a 2-disc album that, like, tons and tons of people from Materia Collective have worked on. There's, like, I think they're all behind here or something. There's, like, they actually have to have, like, a guide, because, let's see, there's 44 songs in here, and, like, each song is a collaboration between, like, anywhere from, like, 3 to, like, 25 people. So there's so many people that worked on this album, and it's a huge production. And Xenogears has some amazing music, so it's really cool to hear. And I really highly recommend this album. I hope they still have physicals of it, because Materia Collective can run out of their physicals and stuff pretty quickly, but this is definitely one I'd say go for, because it is definitely one of my favorites. Now for the, like, most exclusive music things I got. I got some things that are almost irreplaceable, honestly. One of those is, since I had a certain Patreon tier for Carlos for a number of months, he sent me one of his business cards and a used reed. So I have one of Insane in the Rain Music's reads. Just a goofy little thing. Definitely interesting to have, but the real highlight is something else he bundled with it, which he wasn't going to bundle it with it, but I asked him about it. I was like, do you have any more? What's your price? I want it. And so he has an album that he came out with a while back called Alola That Jazz. And what he did for that is it's like a full Pokemon Sun and Moon album. It's like, I don't know, 10 or no, it's like 8 songs, I think. And they're such good renditions of them. I really like what he did with them because Carlos is one of my favorite musicians out there. The thing is, there was no physicals of this album. What he did was he had a jazz competition like 5 or 6 months later where everyone on the internet was able to contribute. They had like 1 week to from scratch make their own jazz rendition of whatever video game tune they wanted, and they had like a board of reviewers and raters and stuff, and they pretty much narrowed down the best of the best, and they brought it down from like 250 submissions to like the top 20 or so, and the top 3 positions got a physical copy of Alola That Jazz. And so, Carlos actually had made 4 copies of Alola That Jazz, to my knowledge, physical. And that was 1 for him, and then 1 for first place, 1 for second place, and 1 for third place in the competition. He wasn't able to get in communication for a shipping address for the person who won second place, and so even almost a year after that, he still had 2 copies of the album physically at home, and he gave me one. So this is one of the only physicals of this album ever. Like, pretty much only the creator and 2 other people who like won like high honors in a jazz competition have these. So this is a very, very exclusive album that is not going to be easy to find. I'm still not sure why there's a barcode on it, but it's a very, very special thing. It's certainly one of my favorite things in the collection because it's just something that like you don't see every day. Is like somebody who has hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people watching their stuff and loving their stuff and commenting on everything they have, and he comes out with a physical album that 3 people plus him get a copy of, and it's quite an honor to be one of those people. So I'm very thankful to add that to the collection. I got another CRT TV. A much larger one. It's not as big as the one back there, and not as small as the one on the bottom shelf there, but it's kind of in the middle. It comes with a working remote, and one of the video ports in the back doesn't work, but it still has all the same ports on the front, so it doesn't really impact anything. It doesn't have as many scan lines as I'd like, but it's still got a nice refresh rate and good color balance, so it works better with like the what would be the 2nd, 3rd, 4th gen. Not really with the 5th or 6th all that much, but it's still a pretty solid TV. I don't really know if I'll do much with it. A friend just gave it to me, so I have it for the time being. Maybe I'll find a new owner or something. But it's certainly not up to the quality of my other 2. But I have another CRT now, I guess, if I need it. Another one is I finally picked up an actual green screen for my videos, which you've probably seen me mess around with a little bit on Twitch, but it's just nice to have an actual dedicated green screen to goof around with things. For the longest time I couldn't really use them because I had green hair. That's not a problem anymore, so now I can mess around with a green screen to my heart's content and do stupid things. Like this, and that, and wow, and D&D things that we recorded like half a year ago and didn't really use for long at all because we all thought they were dumb. Since I do collect games simply for the sake of playing them rather than like having them look really cool, with the exception of like the Metroid Prime Steelbook, I did have like a disc case that I kept all the loose games in, except it wasn't a very good one and the zipper kept breaking, and I came across a very goofy one that the game store owner just gave to me for free because no one else was taking it, so now I have a SpongeBob disc case for all of my loose games. So that's fun. And yeah, I guess I have that now to mess around with. I don't know, just a funny little thing on the shelf. It's really, really well made, but it's just got a brand that everybody but me knows a lot about, it seems. So, a goofy little addition to the collection. Another thing I got, clearly, is I upgraded my mic stand. Or, over here, I guess. Or, yeah. So I upgraded the stand to my mic, and so now I have one that's a lot more solid and grips the platform a lot more. It has more versatility for moving it and latching into certain positions. So, really happy to get the upgrade for the mic arm. But also, another upgrade is I got a new tripod, which is this one that the camera's on right now. Yeah, look at my little janky setup to get everything working. But it's a much taller and more flexible one than my previous one, and it also has kind of like a swivel tip. It also comes with like a phone mount, so I can use it kind of more in the field if I want to record stuff on my phone. So it's really nice to have that addition. And I also did get 2 other new tripods, because until buying new tripods, the tripods I was using were all tripods from like some of the overhead lights here. Like came with like tripods and umbrella stand or dullers or dimmers or something like that. And I'd just been putting binder clips on those and like mounting webcams to them. But now I have like some more dedicated tripods. So I got this one, which has a very small footprint, but it also can stretch about as tall as I'd really need it to for a video or for a recording. So this is a really nice one for streams because we can just kind of leave it in one place, and it has a mount for phone or like the webcam as well. So it's just much nicer to have kind of that upgrade and versatility. Comes with its own little shoulder strap case. And then the last tripod I got was one that kind of has something like a desk clamp on the bottom, and it's got this fully adjustable arm that just stays in place, and a swivel mount at the top. And this is something that I can put my webcam on. So pretty much anywhere that I can clamp this down, I can adjust my webcam to match it. So it gives me much more versatility with coming up with dynamic camera angles for streams, setups, and recordings. But also by doing that, it means that I don't need to have something taking up floor space, but I can still have it like reaching out in a very specific direction. So we've been able to do this to move the camera a little bit further back for our D&D streams, getting more characters and people on frame. So it's been a huge help to have an arm like that to mount the camera onto. The last pickup. Now this is something that Dream, or just call me Dream, got for us. I think he's technically still the owner of it, but we have it here. And so he got us the nut button. Excuse me, Your Honor.
Nut.
It's a giant button, and when you press it,
Nut.
it does that. And that's it.
Nut.
That's the last pickup. Here we are. Over 3.5 hours, or over 3 hours and 40 minutes of footage in Gaming Pickup 6. Wow, that's going to be a nightmare to edit. But, yeah, there we go. I think like 218 or 19 pickups in a 7th month period. So yeah, I got a job promotion, and I have been abusing that way more than I should have. I need to cut back and catch up on some of these games. But thank you again for watching. If you want to ask questions about some of the things here or get better pictures of them, you can join the Discord server. That'll be one of the links in the description. And I'm always active on there if you just are like, can I get a closer picture of the spear or something like that. Yeah, this is super fun. I really like this series. I don't like when I'm recording them at 5 a.m. I shouldn't do this to myself. But thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more of Gaming Pickups, when in the Discord server, I update everybody as soon as I get a pickup. It's in the Discord server, and then the accumulation from like the last video to the current video or something is when the next one is set up for. So this is everything since January 5th up to the beginning of, or August 2nd, I believe, yeah. Although I already have been talking with the owner of the local game store, and he's already got like 3 more things that I want to add to the collection. So just follow or join the Discord server if you want to catch up on everything. I also stream on Twitch somewhat regularly. All of the links are in the description. You've probably been on YouTube long enough to know how all this advertising stuff works. I'm not any good at it. So, either way, have a good one. See you next time. Bye.
Oh, hey there, guys. How's it going? Wasn't that a fun video? It had, like, footage and audio. It had everything. It did not have the little spinning Mew, though. I kind of wish it had that. We should have added that into the video. Alright, where's the Discord poll at? Return to Bastion. Ooh. Yeah, so for those who don't know, I've been, we went on like a family getaway like a month ago, maybe a little more, and I needed a game to play while we were there. I didn't think Bastion was that long, and so I put quite a few hours into it on that trip, then got like pretty far into the game, and then haven't touched it since that weekend. So I'm like a month out of practice in the game, and was right near the end probably, so gotta get back into it. So I suppose let me get that all set up. That'll be on this scene. Let's pop up some capture card. Let me get the Switch connected to it. What system do I have connected to it right now? Oh, the Wii U is connected to the capture card. No, we don't need that right now. We're running this thing off the Switch. Okay, yeah, I'm really out of practice with this game. I could be quite bad at it, but that's fine. I also should probably swap to headphones. The Levi? Oh, this is the Levi. Welcome to the Levi thing, where there's Levi. Hide sidebar. Turn on! I demand you go. Wait. Let's turn on the TV. Oh. Huh. Well. That's probably fine. You know, I'd probably rather play it from the couch anyway. Just let me make that small adjustment and enlarge text so that I can actually, or chat. Alright, let's get into this. You know what, fine. I don't think I lost that much data. I mean, the game has been in sleep mode on my Switch for so long now. I'm just gonna be over here in the pile of plushies or something. Some extra cable for this camera. And drag it over here. That's where I'm gonna be hanging out with all the squishies and stuff. Yeah. Alright, let me
PC audio. Let me also get the microphone by the couch so that I can actually hear everything, or you guys can hear me. Also, I'm going to have to tell Twitch that I changed games. That'll be an important part. We've entered the screen era. Goodness, is this tangled on my keyboard cable now? That's fine. All part of my master plan. Okay, we're gonna have to make some room on this piece of furniture. Kirby, you go here. Toad, you go there. Pokemon things. Squishmallows. There's so much to pile up. That's fine. Turn the dinosaur towards the people. Oh, hey, TDC. Yeah, I work a lot, and that's been changed temporarily. What the heck was that noise? Oh, that was my echo. What's that thing upset about? Alright. We got our controller. I got... let me get a mouse in case I need to do something on the computer. Also, all the alerts are back up now because we're not on a template that specifically has them disabled. Am I missing anything? Okay.
Die!
Well, other than that, the game seems quite quiet. I'm gonna see about fixing that. It might just be a quiet part of the game. Yeah, this is my first game by the studio. I hadn't played any of their stuff prior. So the way that I'm going to have the audio set up is I'm using speaker audio at low volume and then still sending you guys direct feed audio at a slightly higher volume. So if you hear double audio, let me know. I can fix it. But if no one lets me know, I don't know to fix it. So that's one of the trade-offs of not using headphones. Ah, yes. Bastion is the new thing. What kind of idiot would stream gaming pickups when they could be playing Bastion?
Oh wait, no, not just chatting. It's what the? There's a game called Flappy Bastion. Did they really make Bastion and Flappy Bird a game?
Ugh. All right. We're gonna turn off some of these lights for glare. Hey Google, lights off. Alexa, stream lights on. That's better. I don't need too much light. There's already enough sunlight over there. I just don't want glare on the screen. I am going to be so out of practice with this game. I haven't even played it with a pro controller yet. I only played it like on that one weekend at the end of February. Yes, the sunlight. I am here to embrace it. I'll need a squishmallow. Sonic and Curb can hang out over here. Oh, that's the game, not the window. Goodness. So last time, all I remember is that I was spending forever on the pipe challenge, which I was really bad at. Let's see. Yeah, I've basically got to like remember the controls again. It's I was all over this game for like one day, and then took a month and a half break. Probably not the way to go about it. All right. Oh yeah, I might as well tell the Discord server I changed games.
Rothus Lagoon. That ain't the sort of place you'd want to go by choice.
Let's see. Oops, just a moment. There we go. I sent the list to the people. Now they know that I'm playing Bastion. This couch is just covered and there's stuffed animals all over the place in this room. It's just absolute chaos.
Many a tale folks use to scare their children straight originated here.
Oh, the weapons are on separate ones. What does X do? Did X do anything in this game? Alright, that was dodge. Was... No, what? Shield? Oh, no, I just wasted some
Can't get
items. Oh.
hasty in a place like this.
Okay, so it was this. Nope. There we are. Yeah, I'm probably going to die just getting used to it again.
Still kicking about.
Oh, that looks important.
Only the city's brushers knew their way.
Oh, I got a
around
new
the
new one.
They move quick and quiet.
I love it. No, he found out. Oh, X was healed. That's what it
Even
was.
the
Okay,
brushers learned to fear this place. They used to think that ankle gators were
Surprised how
extinct.
old this game is at this point.
They ain't.
I don't like that.
Been living in the tall grass. They called her Queen Anne.
Oh, just getting caught there.
Turns out Queen Anne got a hold of a shard. Ankle
Doesn't
Gator's
take
love.
damage fast, but he still takes it. Do I want to know what you do? What was it? CL? CR. No. What was my sword throw move? Oh, let's just hold it.
Know what smells worse than an ankle gator's breath? A stinkweed.
Ooh, I want that.
Ain't time for pecker hunt, but the kid can't resist.
No! He had a healing item and I missed it.
Can't fight Queen Anne without the proper tools. Bad
Oh,
idea to
no,
walk
no,
into
no,
your
no.
mess. The brushers use their pikes to keep
Ooh.
their distance around here. Now the kid can do the same.
I shall thrust on everything. Too much!
That's ankle gator country for you.
Oh goodness. I've gone and died. Oh, this one has a
Kid's got
throwing
mean
perk too.
throwing arm.
Wait. Oh, this one's an attack from the back enemy.
Sharp sticks make Queen Anne nervous, so she backs off a bit.
Okay, throw against what, that? Oh, not these things. Perfect. This looks like a hazard. Okay, it just looks like there's spikes in the ground there.
Those pink cushions been living off the ankle gator scraps.
I want to go for the other one. You're all closed up. Oh goodness. I don't think I can do a parry on.
Queen Anne can't fit down some of these narrow paths.
Some stuff. Ooh, he dropped some good things. How much damage do I take from that? Maybe it faded away. Does everything still sound fine? I didn't put too much effort into the audio stuff difference, but it's probably okay.
Queenie leaves the kid.
No,
in some kind of
not
twisted
not
trap.
these.
One bad step in that tall grass and he's Queen Anne's lunch.
You gotta counter him a bunch. I don't even know which one I'm countering. Can I just mash counter through it? Okay, I think I got him. Okay. We'll just spirit. I get caught on rocks. That's one enemy clearing one.
He holds his ground. Seems the Queen's running out of options.
So are they running away from me, or is this an opponent of mine?
The closer you get to an ankle gator's lair, the thicker the tall grass grows. Kid's gotta make a run for it.
Oh no. I don't like running
Those
for it.
weak kids don't like Queen Anne any better than the kid.
Okay, what do I just kill him? That's no good. Oh crap. Decoy doesn't... I didn't want the decoy, I wanted the landmine.
I get through? Can I jump over it? Oh, can I attack my way through that? Is it just if I'm in the grass that I get attacked? It's somewhat transparent. I'm trying to do a parry. There we are. Ooh, I like that. Oh, okay, yeah, so that was bigger. That's a big skull. I don't like this. I don't want to go through the tall grass.
Queenie must have scared a bunch of peckers out of hiding.
That thing's just going after everything. Nice. Dodge through. That's probably fine. Something pointy. What'd that be? Upgrade for or upgrade material. Sorry, there's a crafting system. Ooh, I want that. I don't
Want to know how to find an ankle gator lair? You use a kid as bait.
Wait, I'm bait. I don't want to be bait.
The shard's sitting in plain view. Now she's coming for him. She's got nowhere else to go.
We fighting? Can't just attack the horn.
They say if you run across an ankle gator, you better keep running.
Run, I shall. Oh, that area looks fun. Actually, this could be a good time for the decoy. It's only 16.
She's starting to get annoyed.
I only get like.
He's got it, and now to finish her off.
What? Not those. How many? No! Die. You only get like that one stab. No idea how much health she has. She kind of reminds me of a picking boss. I like how she has like the drop in her eye when you hit her. Oh, way faster now. She actually moves faster than me when I'm not rolling.
Now he's made her mad.
Not you. Oh. Goodness, they made us tricky. I gotta time the dodge so specifically. Gonna go for the pistol? Yeah, I'm about to die. Unless there's a healing item around. Follows me here? No, not these plants. Not you too. Can I parry her?
You want to get eaten by an ankle gator? You know
alright.
where to go.
We got it.
Rotha's Lagoon. That ain't the sort of place you'd want to go by choice.
That's perfect.
Many a tale folks use to scare their children straight.
Should be a lot easier as we've gotten more in the feel of the game again.
All kinds of beasts what don't know up from down. still lurking about.
Was there even anything up here? Just kind of went up here to go up here, I guess.
Fear this place. They used to think that ankle gators were extinct. Well, they ain't. One of them's been living in the tall grass. Turns out Queen Anne got a hold of a shard. Ankle gators love shiny things.
Oh, no, not you.
Know what smells worse than an ankle gator's breath? The stinkweed. Can't fight Queen Anne without the proper tool.
It doesn't really do damage, it just kind of does that.
Ain't time for pecker hunt, but the kid can't resist.
Stay out of the grass.
The brushers use their pikes to keep their distance around here. Now the kid can do the same.
Alright, where's the one thing for the grass? I got a free hit on me. That one's hard to dodge.
Sharp sticks make Queen Anne nervous, so she backs off a bit. Those big cushions been living off the ankle gator's scraps.
So we're gonna start.
Queen Anne can't fit down some of these narrow paths.
Who's over here still? Something attacked me. Oh, this
Queen
area.
leads the kid into some kind of twisted trap. One bad step in that tall grass and he's Queen Anne's inch.
Oh, goodness.
Gator grass.
Let's do that.
He holds his
bottom's
ground. Seems the
problematic.
Queen is running out of options.
Oh, I got no heals. That. Oh. Is there another? How many enemies are there?
The closer you get to an ankle gator's lair, the thicker the tall grass grows. Kid's gotta make a run for it. Those leaping lunkheads don't like Queen Anne any better than the
that?
kid. Can't
Oop,
get
too
hasty
far.
in a place like this.
Oh, perfect. No, get through that quickly. Get to my.
Queenie must have scared a bunch of beggars out of hiding.
How many of these are there? And she's killing off most of them. Something? Wait. Ooh, that's nice.
Ankle gators don't much care for their young. That's why there ain't many around.
Eggs took decades to hatch. That's
Wanna know how to
decent
find
chunk
an
of
ankle
time.
gator lair? They use a kid as bait.
I was like, I'm outside the arena.
Now she's coming for him. She's got nowhere else to go. The shard's sitting in plain view. They say if you run across an ankle gator, you better keep running. If she's starting to get annoying,
Just say those are later phases. See it cracks in the horn now. What? No! None of you.
after all that, kid lets the ankle gator go.
Wait, what? I thought that was one of the jump pads. Ah, dang it. Some of them have jump pads like that where they send you into the air and you go to the opposite edge of the arena. I didn't realize that was an escape route.
Hope Queen Anne don't mind us borrowing from her treasury.
That's fine. There probably won't be repercussions, mostly. Hey, it's you.
That gator's a crazy gal, but so's the gal who promised to look after her.
Wait, they try to hatch the egg? Oh, it follows me around? I like this.
They said Queen Anne was just a folk tale. Now there's living proof she ain't.
There's some new stuff in the arsenal. Ooh. I don't know. It is pretty nice. I do still like the war machete. I want to see what its upgrades are. This I still want to swap back to the trip mine.
Want to keep the wilds at bay? Bag yourself a musket and a pike.
Okay, can I actually forge? Yeah. Better critical hit or faster throw
To
reload.
fix a
I'll
brusher's
test that
pike,
one.
you just need a good length of knife bark.
I don't have enough materials for those yet. What's this for? The dueling pistols. Did I use that really? Did I ever use the pistols much? I don't think I really used these. So they're pistols that fire as fast as I can press the button. Maybe. I'll try them out. I've got upgrade materials for them. Might as well do an upgrade. Okay. Better accuracy or better, more ammo.
Takes a lot of moving pieces
We'll see.
to make a dependable sidearm.
More damage, faster reload.
He's made a right
faster
comfortable
probably.
bed for all those bullets.
I'll have other attack options. Does it like help me on quests or something? Ooh, I have a new one. Let's see, more health, more critical chance at full health. It's not gonna be enough. Doesn't matter. Hardy punch.
Could be good. Okay. What's our last? Yeah. That one's pretty good. That's basically an extra
Stab
life.
is like drinking a cool breeze.
Or
Just don't go spitting needles everywhere.
anything worth getting in there. Ooh. Some more moves. Ooh, that looks good. I don't have enough money. No. That's not fair, but I want money. Wait. What's my mission right now, then? I'm confused.
We talk a little here and there.
Oh, it doesn't have a new quest for me up here. Whee. Huh. What did... It always had like a mission for me at the top somewhere, but like, not currently. Did I just run out of missions to do? Oh goodness. This was just challenge modules or something. Was I like on the final level of the game and I didn't know it? I don't remember if he does anything. I could attempt the pipe again.
Kid takes another
I'll
drag.
probably regret this.
Goes out like
I
a
spent
light.
way too long trying this last time. Alexa, lights on.
There's something you should know about the kid, but let me take it from the top.
Good to have on. So this is basically like however many waves of enemies. Okay, I like this. Okay, and it has some auto lock stuff to it. Decent damage. Okay, I can get behind it. Where's the next wave? Okay.
The past catches up with the kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started.
Oh no, not these things. Oh, I haven't seen you in a bit. Oh, where's... I didn't realize I was supposed to break that. Is this just like a level for like earning money? He's gonna start so fast.
Fair to say he's led a hard life.
Okay, there's starting to be holes in the ground already. Is there a dedicated reload button? Alright. Oh, I thought there'd be more. But there. Yeah! That's better.
You never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair
Used
like
to,
you.
Oh, no, not you. I like these pistols. Played enough Metroid Prime. I figured out I know their secrets.
Having his mama's hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up. But he learned to hold his own out there.
Ah, that's bad. That's worse. Should prepare attack. The amount of damage the spear does is pretty good for it, though. Maybe we get 3-shot him.
School ain't working out, so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money.
Oh, those are the those are the... Yeah.
Thanks to folks like the kid, the walls kept Ceylondia safe from whatever's out there. The elements, the Ura, you name it.
Yeah, like, that's what I thought it was doing in the other thing. Oh, come on. He's just... Nice.
Once the kid done his time, he hurried on home. Turns out his mama's time was
2
done
items
too.
waiting for me. Oh, I forgot how long these guys can take. Oh, they're the reason that the floors were destroyed? Oh, these are dangerous. Nope. Eh. You take damage just being in. I thought I was getting hit by it. Wait, you're still there. You guys are still around.
The city had nothing for him. The money he'd been sending home was nowhere to be found either.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. None of that.
So what'd the kid do? Why, he went right on back to the walls for another 5 years.
Kill them all.
In the history of Ceylondia, nobody's ever volunteered for a second shift on the walls.
Oh, come on. Really? They... Got to pit.
Out there, kid learned to fend for himself.
Good,
Learn to
good.
build.
You need a healing.
Learn to break.
Have fun.
In time, the kid earned good standing with the marshals. They trusted him to scout out the than
This is
anybody.
going a lot better than last time, I feel. Oh, no. I'm not even gonna worry about fire guys yet. This needs to get out of... Okay, ooh, that's fine. Gotta get rid of these things, because I'm just screwed over otherwise. There's still another one? Oh, those are fire. I can't carry those, I don't think.
One night, on one of his expeditions, the ground beneath him shuddered, cracked, and split apart. One more.
One for each arm. Yeah. Squishmallows. And we're popped the reclined. Why not? Come on. Come on. Okay, I was hoping it would come after me. Healing. These guys in the AoE are very dangerous.
He saw nothing where the world used to be. The
I'm
calamity
sure something will
happened
get hit by that eventually.
just like that.
Goodness knows there's two of them. Come on, near the explosion.
All the kid had to work with was his hammer and the clothes on his back.
Come on, there's gotta be some. Yeah. Even though I wasn't aware whiskey. Strange on this long. Is that what the perk I got for it was?
Through twisted streets, he ran with nothing but the city crest and an old stranger's voice to guide him.
We're on 4. Reflections remain. I didn't want to trust the timing on these. Or parry at least. Jeez, that one's huge! Oh no. That's not good. You know what? Let's... Okay, that got 2. Out of all resources, basically.
Finally arrived at Zealandia's vaunted safe haven. He and no one else.
No health pickups, no power-up pickups. Oh, wait, I got... Oh, no, that's not how it's supposed to go. At least I'm in Were Whiskey now. Which means I do more damage. Because I'm full health.
But then, all they got was
I haven't even used my
thankless
continue
wood.
yet, so I guess I am still doing okay. Oh, it's these guys. Yeah. You
Sure,
don't
I
need to
may
get
be
around.
the one who dreamt up the
that'll
walls
help.
and the bastion, but the kid made
Oh,
it real.
I
Not
need a
me.
healing one. No! Oh no, not these! Okay, yeah, this is gonna be the way where I have to use a continue. Oh goodness, that might be it.
What was I saying? Anyway,
Oh yeah, I have 2 continues. Okay, that's because of the other perk. Alright, that gives me 1 of each, full health. I'm not dead. I don't like it. Stop. Oh no no. Good. I don't like you. Oh, you also go around that better than most things. I'm just like taking constant damage being around it.
I'd like
Oh,
to
that
say
looks
I'll never forget him
nice.
for what he's
That's not
doing,
an experience.
what he's done. I surely would.
Reflection complete. Hey, that's it. Nice. Barely used 1 continue. That was it. Last time it was a lot worse. Oh, the rumble. Alright, so we finished the reflection. Haha. But now what? So no investigation icons. Oh, I probably have to. Yeah,
All that trouble for a single shot.
forgot you had to put the
But you know
shrine
what?
or the shard in the shrine or whatever. Wait, what? What do these mean again? Foundation. So what if I want to replace one of these? I suppose I'm not really using this. Oh, it upgrades. Ah. Let's see. I'd say weapon upgrades would be pretty good.
Ain't saying much, but that's the greatest forge in all the city.
Well, can't do any of the upgrades though. Unless there's like some materials I could buy. These aren't materials. Okay, yeah, these are. Okay. Yeah, I would like to be able to upgrade that. It's good for the pistols. Yeah. So that's an upgrade material for each one. Yeah, I should have a bit of money to actually perform the upgrades. Pistols. I'm liking this. Okay, faster reload, more damage. I feel like the reload's not that bad. I could handle it being a little slower. Yeah, we'll stick with that. 1,200. Oh goodness. So I can do the upgrade, but it's pricey. I'm just short of doing this one for knockback or critical hit. Ooh. Both of those are good. Well, let's see what mission's next.
The next shard should be farther out there in the wilds.
Ooh, do I want to do the challenges now? You know what? Let's do the dueling pistol challenge. They're a fun weapon. Probably get me enough to afford a upgrade for them.
You have to think fast to survive the wilds. And none gone faster than the slingers. They could shoot their pistols with the speed of a machine.
So what is the challenge for me?
They knew just when to start shooting and when to stop. Those pistols could spit out rounds just as quick as you could pull the trigger.
This doesn't seem too bad. How many are they going to start adding in to make it complicated?
Learning to hold your fire could be its own challenge.
What's the whole fire part of it? I'm confused. The other ones feel like a challenge. This just kind of feels like it's happening. Do they like disappear if you're not fast enough or something?
No matter how fast you are, you can always get faster.
What? Just that I wasn't mashing the button fast enough? That's fine.
Well, even the slingers weren't quick enough to escape the calamity.
Is that enough to afford my upgrade? Was it 425 that I needed? Oh, I don't think I got any from that. Well, let's do the spear one.
To prepare for the wilds, Ceylon is brushed.
I don't feel as confident with this one, but we shall try.
Had to navigate a maze of pin cushions with nothing but a pike.
Oh. Pin cushions.
It's a dangerous test for a dangerous job.
Oh, these ones aren't really aiming, so that's actually going to be faster.
Health tonics were off limits at Camp Dauncey. They said they made you weak.
Oh, I can't dodge. Oh, thank you for hosting, J5. Okay, so you can't even dodge in this. Okay, so that changes my strategy
The rules said
slightly.
you couldn't use any fancy footwork, just your brains and your pike.
Where's the one I'm missing? It's over here. Probably is. Yeah, I'm not getting the highest score this time. Oh, goodness, it is over here.
Just getting through the course.
Thank you. Yeah, I could do that way better. I have to get the thing at the end. Yeah, I gotta do that in under a minute and a half. Yeah, they didn't even stop. I could probably do it. I thought there was the dodge roll. That would have made it way better. Oh, I was only 5 seconds over the next tier up from mine. Yeah. Spike. That's good. How do I try it again? Where's my... There we go.
Once you started the course, they made you finish.
We could go for one more. We could go for second place. We have streamed all of Shovel Knight, just the core game. We have not streamed Plague Knight, King Knight, or Spectre Knight, and all that stuff. I actually got Messenger as a Christmas present from someone in the Discord server, and it's high on my list, but like, the list of games I want to get to is so expansive at this point that saying something's high on the list just means it's top 100. So, I'm hoping to get to it at some point. They're both fun. Oh yeah, it's so good. You got like all these cool things like the shopkeeper and the swapping graphics. It's got a cool wall climbing mechanic. That reminds me, I gotta play Dandara as well. That one's really high on my list. And the Mummy Demastered.
You had to find a path through the maze as quick as you could.
Those like 2 quick little stabs in, because that kills them way faster than throwing.
One well-placed throw can take out several of those ugly critters.
You're trying to tell me to throw? I already figured out that didn't. Oh, the throw penetrates. Oh, that's got to be the trick to it then. No, attack the other one. Alright, I'm done on that one. I don't know if I'm getting through this in 20 seconds. Wait.
Did all right.
Hey, second prize. It was only 8 seconds faster than last time. Oh, I didn't realize that the throwing spear continued going, like past or through an enemy. What material is this for? Fang repeater. Oh, I haven't used that in a bit. Yeah, this is the switch. Because I played this game like, I don't know, 5 weeks ago on a family vacation because I needed something short and quick that I wanted to play that was on Switch. And this was also better for the battery life than some other games, so I played a ton of it and then basically didn't touch it once I got back from vacation. I keep meaning to. So trying to get back into it a bit. I don't know how much more I really have. Yeah, because I'm on to Point Lemang. I don't know how long this game actually is. For all I know, I'm like still a fifth of the way into it, or this is the final level. Certainly impressive for like the first game from. Is this actually the first game from Supergiant, or just the first one that like got mainstream attention?
It's gonna happen right here. But now, the greatest outpost past the city line is nothing but a freak show.
So targeting that one. Just target this one. Yeah, the dealing more damage is pretty nice.
The army's triggers once had the place on lockdown.
Yeah. Those are two different answers. Did you just give me a rifle? Oh, wait, this is a corpse.
Blam. Just like my fighting days. Gun like that can even put the wilds in check.
Ooh, that's heavy damage, but it takes a while. I don't know if this is worth it, aside from, like, specific enemies. I like how they do the interface for it, though. So does it just fire loosely within that range if I do it early?
Point Lemaine seen better days for sure, but it ain't done.
Who's firing? It's okay. I don't know if it'd be my first pick. I want something a little faster.
Whole place shudders in a fit. The grand rail of Point Lemaine. Not only is it still there, it still works.
It's playing one of the best themes in the game.
Of course, it's no longer shipping hides and
damage.
androids and spices, but it can keep
Oh no!
just as long as it can stay clear of the trouble on the tracks.
We got an auto scroll now. I like how that went with the music even if I did miss. Oh no, what are you doing? What are you?
The grand rail's all grown over with things of calamity chewed up and spat out.
Okay,
Things
the rifle's kind of like the weapon for this level, I see. Although, the game's pretty good at that. Right. Did not think there'd be an auto scroll in this game. No.
Kid lets a few of them slip by.
A few slip. I let one slip by. Ah!
They settled in like they owned the place.
Come on. Come on, what you I mistimed it. Yeah, that's fine. Worked out. Right. Yeah, the Hades is like the obvious one. I just kind of want to go through the studios games in order. And I got Bastion Switch for like $2, so I was like, well, this is a good place to start. Oh, goodness. That one can be hard to time sometimes. No, no, not one of you. Okay, you're good. Like, I feel like I just like the spear throw just as much as the rifle. And that's already just my primary weapon anyway.
Of course, the grand rails see much more fighting in bygone times. Near on 50 years ago, first shots fired in the Ura-Selandian War.
Ooh, hey. What was this? Oh wait, that's my... No, that's my secondary. Okay, okay, it's just giving me the whole list anyway. Come on. What do you... I just want to get the timing right. That's good enough. No. Ah! Who done it? Settle yourself. Currency's just lost. Power shot. That's good. That thing's just floating in the space. Just invincible.
Okay, so maybe we didn't get their sign off on the whole Grand Rail thing. That was bad.
This does not look like the type of thing you'd want to walk on.
Down in those dens of theirs. Well, the rail won't last much longer now that the kid took the shard. It's still got one good run in store.
Oh no, not these again. No, 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 no. I'm not dealing
Put it
with.
there on the rails, turn it into swamp weed central.
Just slightly avoid that.
Ever tried dancing side to side while holding your breath? I'm choking on swamp weed. Peggers trying to prick you in the eye. Well,
It's not
I tell
very
you,
well.
it ain't fun.
I think this is just meant to be an area where you're going through this anyway. You don't take much damage from it. It's just kind of like the visual effect. Oh, I got something fancy. Good, it's not one of you. Okay, die. Oh, hey, Ryan's here.
But then
Right,
at
right.
last, it's the end of the line.
Oh,
He'll be
I don't
picking
know what's
swamp
happening
weed
with
out
that.
of those boots for days.
The track just disappears when you get here.
Turns out he's got company at the rail station waiting for him.
Okay.
Not much wiggle room.
It was like trying not to fall off and then it just made you fall off. So much. So many threatening things. Hard to time this one. Especially if I do it poorly. Maybe I just want to get past this. Oh, I have to. Ah, it wasn't close enough. Too low on health.
Zealandia lost many good men on the rail.
Okay, I guess they all die. Like, the parry system is how
first
you
he thinks
normally
it's
defeat those
so.
kinds of things, and they weren't dying. Is that? Oh, this is new.
This is for you, says the man. Then wham.
Is it, what is it, Zelf again?
When the kid
Whatever the heck
comes
his name
to,
was.
the man's long gone. But something else is there.
Okay. Oh, it is Tazia. Yeah, it was for Zolf. Yeah. Okay. Enticing.
Well, what's a kid to do? He took the shard, he took the hit, and he took that note.
Wait, what shard did I get? I don't even remember getting a shard in this level.
That note cuts straight to the heart of things, don't it?
Yes, it does.
It ain't too late to
Shot.
unlock the potential of this place.
Ooh, new weapon stuff. I'm gonna show you the note first.
The note says it plain. Zia, go east to learn the truth about the calamity and our people. I'll be waiting. Sincerely, Zolf. Finding gourmet ingredients ain't easy these days, but we'll take what we can get.
Just a pot.
Zolf's messenger was one of his people. Wonder just how many of them survived, and what exactly Zolf told him.
Keep forgetting these things works. Do a little spin. I'm still happy with
He's a
this.
spitting image of Slinger
I
Johnson.
should have enough
that bike and
to
that pistol.
upgrade though, right? Getting so many upgrades for everything. Can I afford the pistol upgrade? No, too expensive. Can get this. Knockback or more critical hits.
You don't want that thing leaving your hands until you
Because with that
decide it's time.
extra life perk, I'm less concerned about the damage. What would you even, what kind of upgrade would this place even have? Just a new secret skill? Interesting. What would be the distilleries thing? Ooh, so some secret. Yeah, let's do it.
Just the occasion to crack open the distillery's private reserve.
What exactly are my secret ones? Okay. Ooh. Falling on foes. It doesn't happen as often. Ooh, more black tonics. Well, that's just capacity. It doesn't mean I'll find more, so I don't know if it'll make a huge difference in the long run. It just means you get 2 extra at the start of level, but if you're going through them so fast anyway, it just won't mean anything quickly. We've already got something kind of like that. Okay. So I'm just not going to change
A
anyway.
sip of lunkhead liqueur will toughen you up. Too bad it's like drinking a saddlebag.
Trial thing for the... What is the Proving Ground variant for this?
Ceylonia's army only took the best, and the best of them trained on Trigger Hill. The Triggers believed they were nothing without their rifles.
Time to see what happens.
Nothing beats the feel of shooting a Ceylonian army carbine.
It's just like a waiting game. Like, you basically need like the faster reload perk.
The Triggers had clearance to modify their guns however they chose. Some felt the course was too easy, so the Triggers spiced things up a bit.
Just gonna have to get hit by that without the shield.
It ain't bad,
Badge.
but the Triggers were better.
Like it's like a prize with very little effort. Yeah. That's close enough. Ha.
His ears must be ringing after all that shooting.
That was it.
The shards are getting harder to find.
Ooh, this level looks spooky. Just how many levels are in this game? Am I like close to the end or just... Where exactly am I at? I want to check on this.
Not everything blew up in the calamity.
Clifford Cauldron? Yeah, how far... Okay. I just want to see how long this game actually is. Okay, so I am near the end. There's this and 5 more, so 6 levels remaining in the game. I'm wondering if I might save that for another stream, because I do have some editing I want to do today. I'll probably finish off this level for today and then work on some editing, catch up on a show I was watching, and then we'll be back at about 9 p.m. or we'll be back about 5 hours from now. More 999 because that's when Connor has become available. Oh.
Just wanted to survive something like that.
The exploding ones.
So in a way, the beasts of the wilds, they're all survivors too.
Oh. That one looked kind of like falling through the platform.
It takes a certain stubborn pride to keep on living in a place like this.
Gotta deal enough damage.
As for us, we learned an awful lot from Culford Cauldron.
Is that like fire bellows?
That learning led to some.
What am I gonna do with this? Oh, it shoots fire. Oh.
Raw power
Ah.
right into our hands.
So it's pretty good, but it only can go so long. This is a hard part. No, that's not the spear. Out of his range, not quite. This can't be the only way to go right now, is it? Weird, like, beehive looking ones are really tricky to figure out. Like, it seems like the counter doesn't actually do anything to them. Because it's just like a side path that's irrelevant. I'm confused.
Playing with the cauldron's fires became an addiction. Sure, we dusted off a good many secrets out here. But we discovered that other things were better off not knowing.
Oh, no, not you.
Taste the air so hot it sticks.
Works extra damage on the plant life, it seems. What is this for? Oh! Oh, I didn't even realize one of those was there. Oops.
All sorts of awful things crawling underfoot.
Just lock onto the other target. Perfect.
Never thought we'd find so much life in all that ash. swept aside. Like
Oh, that's right. These. Oh, this goes through the plants while they're in their protected phase. Okay.
the place is inhospitable as they come. Still, we pressed on.
But he's not even alive anymore. Goodness,
After
just
all,
destroys them.
when we look down inside,
Should have realized as much.
look down through all the smoke and flames.
It is short range.
We saw in there the heart of the world, the heart now laid bare by the calamity.
Perfect.
We had to have it. As
It's
for the
about what
kid,
I
he
expected.
just has to get that shard out of there. Too bad taking that thing woke up every last stink eye from here to Johnson Bog. Kid's thinking he's got to trek all the way back around the cauldron. Luckily, the cauldron cooked up a little shortcut for him. Sure, it ain't the most
a new path.
convenient path.
Not you. I do not want to deal with you.
The biggest stink eye he's ever seen's waiting for him on the other side. Well, it ain't polite to stare, and where there's one stink eye, there's always more. The cauldron's tenants all gather up to bid the kid a final farewell.
Here, I
Shedding
believe.
tears. With a good spyglass, you can still see the cauldron from the city.
There we go. Freedom.
But all the fires died out.
We
There's
did it.
nothing left of it.
What even is all the text at the
Comes
bottom there?
back looking like the inside.
Does the game have its own
chimney.
language?
The shard works like a charm. You can hear the monument's heartbeat again.
3 upgrades I can do. Well, I'll just leave it in. Sleep mode then. Well, this is where I wrap it up. It's been a bit. We got some projects out of the way. I've got some editing to do. We got to make that video that we actually watched at the beginning of the stream public. But yeah, it'll be fun. We'll be back later tonight with some stuff. We might even have some other things in a little bit. We don't know. We're working on some plans. It's gonna be fun. But I don't think there's enough people to make it worth rating. So yeah, we'll just wrap it up here for now. I'll be back later tonight. See you guys.